Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering what is typology, what is isolating language, we also call it as analytic typology, what is synthetic language, agglutinative language, fusional language and non-linear language. I will explain all these topics in detail. Guys, I have uploaded complete NLP subject tutorials. I will provide that link. In description, you can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I'll explain what is typology. Guys, typology means study of types of language based on how they form words and sentences. Guys, there are various kinds of languages like English, Hindi, Telugu, etc. And all these different types of languages are formed by combining words and sentences. So, typology means study of types of languages based on how they form words and sentences. Next, I will explain what is isolating language. We also call this isolating language as analytic typology. Guys, isolating language means language where each word stands alone. No prefix and suffix are added. I'll give one example. For example, I will write he will go. For he, there is no prefix and suffix. For will, there is no prefix and suffix. And for go, there is no prefix and suffix. So, for each and every word in this sentence, there is no prefix and suffix. So, we call this sentence as isolating language. If you consider other sentence like they did not come, for each and every word in this sentence, there is no prefix and suffix. All these words can stand alone. So, we call this sentence as isolating language. As for example, if you consider this sentence, he is unhappy. If you consider this unhappy, so there is prefix un, where un is prefix and happy is root word. As there is prefix in this sentence, so we don't consider it as isolating language. For example, instead of writing he will go, I will write like he will go, where he is root word and il is suffix. As there is suffix in this sentence, so we don't consider this sentence as isolating language. In a sentence, if there is no prefix and suffix for each and every word, then we consider it as isolating language. Next, I will explain what is synthetic language. Guys, synthetic language means language that joins multiple meanings inside one word using affixes. Affixes mean prefix and suffix. So, synthetic language means one word that contains multiple meanings. I'll give one example. For example, there is Latin word that is amo. So, meaning of amo is I love. So, there is only single word amo that contains multiple meanings. They are I love. So, we call this amo as synthetic language. Next, I will explain what is agglutinative language. Guys, in agglutinative language, we will add word parts one after another. We call those word parts as morphemes. So, in agglutinative language, we will add morphemes one after another, where each morpheme has one clear meaning. I'll give one simple example so that you can clearly understand what are agglutinative languages. Yes, for example, there is word. This word Elivaringen is formed by combining EV plus LER plus INIZ plus DEN, where EV stands for house and LER stands for plural and INIZ stands for you and DEN stands for from. So, meaning of Elivaringen is from your houses. So, EV is one morpheme, LER is one morpheme, INIZ is one morpheme and DN is one morpheme. So, agglutinative language will add word parts one after another, where each part contains one clear meaning. So, we call this Elivaringen as agglutinative language. So, I will explain what is fusional language. Guys, in fusional language, one word part, that is nothing but one morpheme can have multiple meanings. For example, there is Spanish word that is hablo. Meaning of hablo is I speak. Yes, hablo is not word, it is morpheme. Morpheme is nothing but one of the part in a word. So, this morpheme, hablo, has multiple meanings. So, we call this hablo as fusional language. The synthetic language means one word has multiple meanings, and whereas fusional language means one morpheme can have multiple meanings. Next, I will explain what is nonlinear language. In nonlinear language, words are not always formed just by adding parts from left to right, like in English. Yes, normally if you consider English language, most of the words are formed just by adding parts from left to right. For example, if you consider happy, I will add un before, so which will form unhappy. And for example, if you consider play, at last I will add ing, which will form playing. For example, if you consider game, at last I will add s, which will form games. So in English, most of the words are formed just by adding parts from left to right. But in nonlinear languages, we will use root letters and internal patterns in order to create new words. I'll give one example. For example, if you consider Arabic language, there are some root letters like KTB, where KTB, all these are root letters, where root letters will not change, where in these underlined places, we need to fill with vowels. in order to create new words. For example, in these underlined places, if I fill with IA like KITAB, which will form kitab, that is book, and if I fill KATABA, which means he wrote, where if I fill AI, which will form writer, so where KTB, these are root letters, and in gaps, we can fill various kinds of vowels in order to create new words. So in nonlinear languages, we use root letters and internal patterns in order to create new words. So root letters KTB stays, but the patterns of vowels inside changes. This is known as nonlinear language.